Well, looks like AEW trying to be garbage tonight. Name my top tonight is called Overrated, and I'm overdone in Ontario, California. So, stick around right back. Before I do, I'm up to show a little bit of music. I'm up to show the theme from the Naked Gun movies and the theme from the 1977 movie Smoking Bandit. I think the title song that thing called Eastbound Down by the late Jerry Reed. The reason why I'm playing these songs today, today would have been these celebrities' birthdays today. He would have been one would have been 100 years old today, and the other would have been 90 years old today. So stick around, right back. Let me get the music playing. I'll be right back. Yep, that was all you just heard the theme from Naked Gun. And all you just heard in Eastbound and Down by Jerry Reed from 1977's smash hit comedy Smoking the Bandit. Let's get down to tonight's show. Commentary welcomes us to the show as we head straight to ringside for a big face-to-face interview. Omega and Short Strickland face-to-face interview. Tony Schiavone welcomes Kenny Omega first to the ring as a big pop as Omega makes his way out. First to the ring as a big gang. Wait, hold on. Swerve Strickland makes his entrance next to a nearly equal pop from the crowd as he heads to the ring alongside Prince and Nana. Tony addresses the issues between the two men as far back from as Mexican Carnage. Strickland speaks up first, addressing Omega being on top of his company 5 years ago. And eventually, that's when he had the title last. Everyone talked about Kenny Omega. Kenny was like when he was the guy of professional wrestling when Swerve stretched and clawed his way to the top of the company. Where was Kenny? Nowhere to be found. You see him. You see him pop up in there. He even showed up at the Tokyo Dome and he teamed up with Kenny Omega and Arky in the arena. But when Swerve was on top, Kenny was either on a hospital bed or suspended. Meanwhile, the congregation started looking for someone else. Yeah, Strickland speaks up first, embracing Omega to being on top of his top coming 5 years, and eventually that was eventually that's when he had the title last. Everyone 5 years ago, and eventually that's when he had the title last. Everyone talked about Kenny Omega was like the god of professional wrestling. When Swerve scratched and clawed his way to the top of the company, where was Kenny? Nowhere to be found. You see him pop up here and there, even show up the Tokyo Dome, and he teamed up with Kenny Omega at the Aranaki at the ring when Swerve was on top. Kenny was either on a hospital bed or suspended. Suspended. Yeah. Meanwhile, the congregation started looking for someone else. Oh, that's why it was start over again. Someone else. Strickland doesn't want to call himself a guide, but he hears the people singing "Whose House?" Swerve's house in response from the crowd. Crowd. Now Kenny looks up, step up right back in the entire scene and makes Swerve think Kenny is using his EV proudly dresses dealing with the Young Bucks last over this and promises to keep Omega from doing the same. Kenny speaks up, correcting Strickland on one detail. He never called him. Yeah, he addresses. Yep. Hold on a second. Yes. Yeah, Swerve's house in response from the crowd. Now Kenny step right back up into the towel scene, and that makes Swerve think Kenny is using his EVP power. He addresses dealing with the Young Bucks last year over this. He promises to keep Omega from doing the same. Kenny speaks up, correcting Strickland on one detail: he never called himself the god of professional wrestling. That's the name of these people that gave him because they know what he brings them. Omega says if these people want to believe in him, he will do what is needed, the things he do the right way to go after the world title. He says the lights may be on Swerve's house, but he doesn't seem to like anyone's home. If he needs someone to help burn that house down, he has just a friend and experience. He says he's not trying to use his EVP power here. He's earned the right by picking up his wins, and he would have won last week if not for Swerve. He calls Strickland out for a fight. He's saying he's willing to do what he needs to win, needs to for the win to get back on track, or accept the or yield. Strickland starts to call himself the most dangerous man in professional wrestling, only for Omega to cut him off and promise he's not scared. He says the honor that seems to go to Brody King these days. Strickland runs Kenny down some more, saying he's willing to accept the challenge. Omega smacks Swerve, show of dominance, and Strickland responds with simply saying Kenny Omega's made a choice to start brawling in the ring. Officials try to fail to keep the peace here as the fight makes its way up to the ramp. They reach the stage where Omega takes the advantage, landing a V-trigger on Strickland to send him into the LED section screen. He sets Swerve up for a one-winged angel from the stage, but Strickland has something in his hand, using to break free before hitting a spear that sends both men off the stage through the table. Officials check on the pair as the commentary takes a look back at what just went down. They hype down the rest of the night's lineup before heading backstage, where we hear from Kyle Fletcher ahead of his TNT title match against Tommaso Ciampa. Don Kyle says Kyle is thrilled about winning back his title before getting a hero's welcome at Grand Slam Australia. Kyle retorts before saying, asking one favor of Don to let him do this on his own. Don seems pleased with this. It's a night off aside Fletcher for hanging out commentary on station. With that, Fletcher walks off as we cut backstage, back to ringside. We see a Death Riders make the entrance to the crowd for our next match before Don Callis come out come out to get this match underway. Don Callis versus Death Riders. We start with Pac and Davis lock up before Pac gets shoved to the canvas. This lock up again, and Pac is once again dropped to the mat by Davis. Tag made to Moxley, who locks up with Davis. Fight gets sent to the corner, where Mox takes control with some chops. Mark fights back, sending the former world champion down with a chop of his own. Mox gets back to his feet for a tag to Claudio, and these two will lock up until Claudio dodges a strike from Davis to hit a stone from his own. Claudio is sent to the ropes, where Mark starts wearing him down before Claudio sends him to the ropes only to be leveled with a shoulder tackle. Suplex is blocked by Castagnoli, who takes Dunkzilla down hard with down in response to tag made to Takashita, who takes some hard shots from Castagnoli before going after Mox on the apron. Chaos ensues as all six men go at on ringside at, on on the outside. In the midst of it, we see Takashita send Claudio into the barricade before sending him back into the ring, on for Castagnoli to counter into a backbreaker. Tag made to Pac, who gets to jump on the Alpha for a 2 count. Alexander backbreaker tag made to Pac gets a jump on the Alpha for a 2 count. Alexander tags in out on trading the fence with Pac in the corner before the ladder sets up for a Extreme War attack, but Takashita trips him up, allowing Josh to dive through the ropes and send Pac to the floor as we go to an ad break. Alexander tags in now, trading the fence with Pac in the corner for ladder sets up for a Shingboard attack. Takashi trips him up for allowing Josh to dive through the ropes and send Pac through the floor as we go to an ad break. Back from break, Takashi is firmly controlled with a Pac lock on Pac before taking him to the mat. Tag mate to Alexander, who clears Ryder's off before Apron getting in and taken down by Pac with a suplex. Tag mate to Davis Davis and Claudio will go at it before Claudio turns his attention to Alexander and sets up uppercuts on Davis and Alexander across the ring before sending Josh into a ride with a giant swing. Davis cuts him off before heading to the ropes, but Claudio catches him with a power slam for 2. Claudio hoists Davis back up, but ends up falling to the heavens instead. After some time, we get tags to Takashi and Mox, who trade strikes before Mox counters out of a raging fire. Only be rocked with a right hand by Takashita. Alpha goes for a knee strike, but that takes Lariat instead, only for chaos to ensue once more as everyone lands strikes on each other. Takashita clears out of the ring for landing an exploder on Mox, but it's only good for a near fall. Counter Takashita gets sent to the corner, but leading to the triple chain by the Death Rise before Mox lands a cutter, but the pin is broken up by Davis. He takes his lead before sending the Riders out for Mox and goes for a choke before sent into the corner. This allows the family game on Mox only leading to Blair by Davis over cover, but Claude breaks up this pin. He gets sent back out before Alexander gets tagged the family tries to get set up Max for more damage. But Kyle gets Impact intervening. This allows Mox to be sent on, but Alexander will be sending him down hard with a Death Rider DDT for the win. Winners via pinfall of Death Riders. Death Rider celebrates commentary hat, so will still come tonight. Then commercial break. We head back to the ringside for our next match as Kyle Fletcher makes his way out first. We have the champ next makes changes. Tommaso champion heads to the ring to get this AEW TNT Championship match underway. AEW TNT Championship match. Tommaso Ciampa defends against Kyle Alexander. The crowd's lecture is this as we start things off slow, with Fletcher leaving the ring to enjoy the reaction for some more. Ciampa leaves the ring to call for the challenger to get back in, and Kyle finally obliges. They lock up, and Kyle gets sent to the ropes, only to drop the champ with a shoulder tackle. Tommaso responds by taking Fletcher to the mat, but Kyle fights back to hit the ropes, running right into a boot. He blocks the second try, but still gets sent to the mat as Ciampa sets him up for a low DDT. Kyle leaves the ring, which cuts Ciampa off the apron. Ring sent it back. Sent backbreakers covers for two. Chinlock by a challenger, but Ciampa gets to his feet for a jawbreaker, gets cut off Kyle, cuts off Kyle with a corner, but hitting ropes before a flying lariat. Flying lariat. He sends Fletcher into the corner. Despite his Kyle trying to fight back, he gets sent hard to the opposite corner. Ciampa tries to bait Kyle into getting involved before going back after the challenger, sending him to the barricade. He mocks light charger standing before charging Fletcher for some more damage. He breaks the rest count before going back after the challenger, who goes after him with a half and half suplex to regain control as we go to an ad break. Full ad break entry on Max. Reckman breaks. Ciampa is in the corner as Fletcher charges at the champ, only to collide with an empty corner before Tommaso sends the pro star to the outside. This gives the champ for some respite before he kicks up Fletcher for some air raid crash into the steel steps. He gets back in the ring as Fletcher slowly makes his way up to the ring, sliding into a knee strike by Ciampa, covered by Champ, but Fletcher kicks out too. Fletcher breaks out of the double underhook as we had a 10-minute announcement for Ciampa takes the challenger down with a reverse DDT. Fight ends up in the corner where the two go at it before Ciampa gets a bite out of his opponent but Fletcher fights back, walking ropes for a back suplex for a near fall, falls over with a light roll, but the champ kicks out once again. The fight ends up in the corner where we go at it too. Fight ends up in the corner where the two go at it before Ciampa gets the bite of his opponent. But Fletcher fights back, walking to the ropes for a back suplex and a near fall. He falls up with a Liger bomb, but the champ kicks out once again. Fletcher catches champ in the corner and fight spilling to the apron and quickly to the floor. As Fletcher catches the champ for a powerbomb into the hardest part of the ring, he brings Ciampa back in the ring, but Tommaso breaks free of a shredder drop brainbuster only be sent to the corner where a challenger lands on a running kick, brainbuster covered by Fletcher. But the champ still has fight in him. As kicks out at two, Kyle keeps on it, sending Ciampa back at Ciampa the corner where he looks for the suplex. Ciampa fights back, sending Fletcher down hard with a knee strike. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Tommaso follows up and sends Fletcher back down one again. But the cover only gets a 2 count as Fletcher manages to kick out once more. 5-minute warning as Fletcher slowly fights back to his feet, sending Champ into turnbuckles. Running kick in the corner. A second attempt is met with a knee strike and a brainbuster from the Champ, but it's only good for a 2 count. Neutral driver follows with a lariat and a sheer drop brainbuster for the win. We have a new AEW TNT Championship. Winner via pinfall, new AEW Team Champion Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher celebrates as we get a replay of the finish. He's a great, Fletcher, he doesn't care. He's the greatest TNT champion. Yeah, Fletcher celebrates. We get a replay of the finish. Then he talks to the new champ at ringside. He says he's a good champ on his promise to go on home with a title. Kyle's and Archer has joined him in the ringside as Fletcher says he will defend his title in his own hometown against anyone and everyone. He doesn't care. He's the greatest AEW TNT champion ever. Out comes Mark Briscoe, who congratulates Fletcher on winning the title once again. That said, the pair have history together, 3-on-3 matches against each other. He'd be happy to give Fletcher home field advantage for Game 7. Fletcher says he's sick of tired of seeing Briscoe in this ring, but he did say he'd defend against anyone, so he accepts. But he wants Game 7 to be bigger and better than the rest. He wants whoever comes out of it as a champ to be the best. And as Mark Briscoe wants to reach for the sky, boy, he can never try to reach for his title with Game 7 being in a ladder match. Mark Briscoe accepts the fans on their side for as we head to a commercial. Commercial break pre-sale and all in London 2026 in London as London starts the match on March 13th. Commentary has served for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champion match set at Grand Slam Australia as we get a video package highlighting the Babes of Wrath. Back at ringside, Dan Garcia makes his entrance to the crowd for our next match. Clark counters has such interest in the entrance, making his way out from the stage as we get this insert promo with Connors stating that Kid and Connors hired Garcia to help us deal with the conglomeration tonight. Orange Cassidy's music hits as we make his way out. Roger Strong eventually coming out alongside him before we hit the ringside to get this match underway. Orange Cassidy and Ron Strong versus Daniel Garcia and Clark Connors. Strong tagging himself into the match to go after Connors in the corner, shouting at Cassidy having do this before being sent to the mat by Clark. Ryrie fights back to his feet before sending Connors to the ropes, only for Clark to fight back from the ropes. Garcia mocks Strong before making the tag, but Roderick fights back for some punches in the corner. Cassidy tagging himself in, leading some awkwardness as lays into Daniel Garcia. Garcia starts to get back in control before taking stun-down Moondown by the Cassidy. But Garcia responds with back suplex as we go to an ad break. Full ad break on HBO Max. Back from a break, Garcia maintains control for the full Nelson where Cassidy manages to break free. He hands it into his pocket so he sends Garcia to the outside. Connors takes him the same result as Cassidy kicks up. He gets his hands back and he reaches out for a tag to Roddy. He drops off the apron and refuses to be part of this match anymore. Strong walking back to the ring as the Riders start ganging up on Cassidy. Orange fights off Connors from the corner before Garcia clinches in a choke, only for Connors to get involved as well. The pair continue to beat down until they reach for the barricade where Darby Allin pops in, taking Connors out. He fights him through the crowd as Cassidy manages to fend off Garcia with the cradle for the win. Winners via pinfall, Orange Cassidy and technically Roger Strong. Tone Storm shows up in the crowd with a microphone dressed in the upcoming mixed tag team match at Grand Slam Australia. She's willing to make peace with possibly being Shea Ball, but also to make Shafir look something like those saw at Spear Halloween. She starts running down Wheeler Yuta next. He says he's hurrying up and grabs the microphone on stage. "Fuck you, Yuta," chants as he calls calls to bring her out. Maria pulls out. Maria Shirakawa is trapped in mother's milk. Garcia beats down Cassidy in the ring as Yuta pulls out a pair of scissors to take a snippet of her hair and the crowd boo her like crazy. We cut the comments from Don Callis' family and Andrade El Diablo after the Liar beat Kenny Omega last week on Dynamite. Callis talks about Andrade becoming the next AEW World Champion, and Hangman Page is the next step on that journey at Grand Slam Australia. El Diablo thanks Don before running down Page ahead of their match. Speaking of, we hear from Adam Page, who admits though he thought he was facing his pal Kenny Omega instead, he'll focus on proving Don Callis wrong when he beats Andrade El Diablo at Grand Slam Australia. He runs Andrade down in Spanish before saying that he'll see him in Sydney. Backstage, Jet Speed addressed looking to get all the gold in 2026 before we heading back to ringside. Young Bucks out for our next match, followed by the Rascals, and now we got a wild card team. Oh my God, is that Private Party? Former champs has finally made their AEW return to AEW, getting a big pop from the Ontario crowds. They head to the ringside, head to the ring to get this match underway. Three-way tag team No. 1 contenders match: the Rascals versus the Young Bucks versus Private Party. We welcome back Chance as we start off with Xavier and Zay's trading events. Reed makes the tag, but in comes Quinn and Private Party clear the ring for confirmation with Young Bucks. The teams faced off for their titles over a year ago, so they started going at it with each other, letting the Young Bucks take control until the Rascals run in and declare the Young Bucks out of the ring. Quinn and Xavier alone in the ring, Mark being sent out of the ring before everyone is met with a moonsault from the top to take Desmond out. Desmond to take us to an ad break. Full ad break on HPMX. We come back from break as Matt Jackson there's a local match Super Skeet play down to the mat. Quinn breaks up and before a pin, flexing Matt, sending him to the outside before Nick runs in. He sets up for Mux to climb the turnbuckle for a cross the ring elbow drop and a leg drop is set. And this allows Matt to get a near fall. Yeah, shout out Hooker who stands in the Private Party to turn things around, dropping Matt for a near fall before Xavier breaks it up. Reed comes running in now, catching Zay to the ropes to drop him down. And Chaos ensues with both the 6 man in the ring. This comes to the head destroyer as the Young Bucks and all 6 guys down the mat now. Matt and Xavier are back into their feet to trade fence with Dez getting the upper hand until he runs to a super kick. Bucks regain control as they set up for a Meltzer driver to no avail. Rascals take advantage to this for near fall for Bucks start fight back with a set of super kicks to take Xavier out of the wing with Crim Perry's super kicks. Young Bucks with Dave Meltzer on Brian Reed that does it for the Bucks to get a win and become the new contenders for the tag titles. Winners via pinfall, new number 1 contender, just Young Bucks. Young Bucks don't get too much time to celebrate for FTR comes down with a ring of boos. FTR addressed the history between the two teams with Dax admitting there was a time when he was jealous of the Young Bucks. He asked how you feel sorry about being in second place and the custom on say he was considered concerned if he was them. He runs down the Bucks, saying that in the corner to be successful in this business to create their own their own company. How does that make Buck? Hold on a second. Yeah, he says, "How's that?" Yeah, he said, He says, "How does that make the Young Bucks feel?" They respond with a pair of super kicks. to the champs. They leave the ring with a bit as Big Show tries to wheel himself away, and they tease him, hitting him with a super kick on to stop themselves. They walk off as commentary hops up our main event coming up next. Video package highlights Will Ospreay trying to get back to the ring after surgery, asking himself if the fans still want him when he returns. When he returns, he asks every single question. Commercial break. Video package featuring M1 Jacket streaming in the ever-increasing field of counters as for his world championships. Brody King earning his title shot at Grand Slam Australia. It's the same night either El Diallo or Hangman as Adam Page starts earns their title shot at the Revolution. We head back to ringside for our main event as Thika making her entrance first. We get a look back at how we got here as a limited fact AEW is once again starting main event in their normal time slot. Wow. I would make peace with however long as Chris Statlander has make his entrance to get this match underway. The AEW Women's World Championship strap match. World Women's World Championship strap match. Chris Statlander defends against Thekla. The bell rings. Both women have put their ends of the strap upon their wrists. Stat looks to be whipped the challenger, but Thekla dodges it to leave the ring for a moment. She tries to get on the jump on the champ, but Chris though takes her down with a lariat. She pulls the challenger around, dragging Theka across the canvas, but the challenger escapes the ring, luring Stat in to whip her with a strap. She continues. She lands on a couple of more shots that fights back, but only to land on a strap shot on the ring post. Thekla runs back away as the champ follows her. Thekla is dodging her, another whipping, but to be with no control as he sends the challenger in the barricade to much appreciation of the crowd. Thekla throws another attack on the champ before leaping over the steps to pull the statue into stand. Chris Buzz does on the stick continues to attack with a shot as he head to the ring to an ad break. Back from break, both women return to the ring and Thekla catches both women have turned to the ring as Thekla catches Stat in the corner with torrential. Chris manages to break free with a jamming with a strap into the mouth of the challenger, but Thekla manages to get out of it, dropping the champ on the rope instead. She gets on the turnbuckle to get on the champ, but only gets the two. Stat fights back now, and Thekla goes to corner for power slam on near fall zone. She heads to the corner for a challenger and sets on the counter tree of woe for a split second. Thekla gets bucked, whipping champ a strap before dropping her with a spider suplex. Statback gets back to the feet, thinking herself to whip before going after Thickley back to the challenger before a stomp, looking for a stomp. It's no good as Stat manages to evade it. Wrapping Thickley with long stone powder, driving her challenger with the sisters sin, trying to interfere to no avail, but Stat is distracted. She takes a spear from Thickley. She wraps the champ's hands under the strap before landing the big carousel and gets the pin and take the win to the title. Win and take the title. Winner pinfall in the new AEW Women's World Champion Thickley. Thickley is strapped with his sister celebrate with her trio again stab before Alex Windsor, Jamie Hayter rush down to make the save. Triangle Magnus escape to the outside. So Thickley showing off the new titles. They pair down to bring Dynamite to a close. Bad show tonight, man. Bad show tonight. Really bad show tonight, everybody. Really bad show. Really bad show tonight. So that's what I'll do for my show tonight. That'll do for reading. Now it's time for the wrestling history and birthdays. Let's go to yesterday, February the 10th. Okay, February 10th, 2016 marked the 10th anniversary of the passing of Karen Kellogg. She was born January 6, 1942. Okay, Vanessa Craven turned 44 yesterday. Haku, Maine, the WL family turned 67 yesterday. The late Chris Adams would have been 71 yesterday. Let's see. See what else. Let's see. Lex Luger defeated Manny Fernandez, and Shark defeated Dino Casanova on WCW Pro. $1 Million champion, the ringmaster, some of you know, is Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Fight 2 to retain the title. A few years ago, some of you know, was Rikishi would run him over by a car back in 1999 Survivor Series before he became Stone Cold Steve Austin. Tatanka defeated Robert Thompson. Robert Thompson. The 1-2 Kid defeated some of you know, X-Pac. X-Pac. Sean Waltman defeated Wayne Bailey, and Owen Hart defeated Aldo Montoya. Was heading up to the In Your House Raging in a Cage. On WCW Saturday Night, WCW Tag Team Champion Sting and Lex Luger defeated Barrio Brothers, Fit Finley, was who was the Belfast Bruiser. Fit Finley defeated Mike Marcello. The Giant defeated Larry Santo and Pepe Pardo in a handicap match. And WCW TV champion Johnny B. Bad defeated Bull Payne, and Scott and Sergeant Craig Pittman defeated VK Walsh. Some of you know is IRS from WWE. His real name is Mike Rotunda. Nasty Boys defeated Manny Fernandez and Red Tyler. Ironson and Brian Pillman of the Four Horsemen defeated Cobra and Joey Maggs. And WWE World Champion the Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Chris Benoit. Rest in peace, both those two men no longer with us. And 19 on WWE Heat. Goldust defeated Lance Cade. Chavo Guerrero defeated Johnny Parisi. Val Venus defeated Viscera. Val Venus and Viscera defeated Gene Sissy and Tyson Cole and Heartthrobs in the World Tag Team Title No More Contender Triple Threat match. Let's see what else. Let's see. Friday Night SmackDown, leading up to No Way Out for SmackDown brand. Uh, Randy Orton continues to disrespect the name of Eddie Guerrero. Chris Benoit defeated JBL with Jillian Hall, Mark Hardy, and Lana Jordan in the U.S. title No One Contender Fatal 4-Way match. Eminem defeated Ryan Kendrick and Paul London. Gregory Helms defeated Nunzio to retain the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Masquerita Sagrada and Suzuki versus Angelico Cito and Quinto Venecia in the no contest. The Undertaker defeated Mark Henry with Daivari by DQ. In pop culture, couple movies released in theaters. Final Destination 3, starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman. Some of you know from a lot of movies before she became popular. Um, The Curious George, starring Will Ferrell, featuring the voices of Will Ferrell and Drew Barrymore. The Pink Panther, starring Steve Martin, Kevin Kline, and Beyonce. And Firewall, starring Harrison Ford and Paul Bettany and Virginia Madsen. Very good movie. I like that movie. 2016 on NXT. Baron Corbin defeated Johnny Gargano and Hype Brothers, Roger Marley Roger Marley and Roger Marley and Zack Ryder defeated Corey Hollis and John Skyler. Alexa Bliss, Blake Murphy defeated Cameron. Elias Simpson and Josie Swanson and Bailey defeated Carmella to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Let's go to February the 11th. 10 years ago, we lost wrestling Kevin Randall when he died of drug overdose and heart attack. Wrestling birthdays today. Today is a happy 62nd birthday to the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, who I believe should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Tito Santana, not the Tito Santana from WWE, different kind of Tito Santana. He turns 40 today. And birthdays today. Today would have been a happy. For those of you know that hear me play some music and opening the show, today would have been a happy 100th birthday to the one funny man Leslie Nielsen from the Naked Gun movies. All of you heard me play the Naked Gun theme in the early show, and all of you heard third me play this one Eastbound and Down from Smoking the Bandit. Today would have been a happy 90th birthday to legendary um, 90th birthday to legendary Burt Reynolds. He'd been 90 years old today. Yeah, Burt Reynolds. I miss him. Two people I grew up watching. Leslie Nielsen and Burt Reynolds. And Cowboy Bob, wrestler named Cowboy Bradley. He would have been 91. Let's see. Never mind about that, everybody. Let's see. Yeah. I see. We're trying to see. Charles. What is his name? Trying to see what is his name. Let's see. Birthdays today. Birthdays. See what else, hit, let's see. Oh, Primetime Wrestling. Primetime Wrestling, February the 10th. Showing. I think there was no episode. I think on that day, February the 10th. Let's see. For February the 11th, on WCW main event on this day. Let's see. 1 second. See on WCW main event. And it's a countdown to was a countdown to pre-show the Super Bowl 6. Road Warriors defeated Bunkhouse Buck and Jerry Dick Slater. Hugh Morris defeated Chris Kanyon. BK Wall Street, some of you know, was IRS Erwin Shyster, Mike Rotunda. And but Big Brother, some of you know, was the big boss man guy versus Soul defeated Sergeant Craig Pickman and Joey Maggs, and Hexer General defeated fought Loch Ness to a double DQ. Then the show that started all, WCW Super Bowl 6. Started to take place in Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg, Florida. I know a friend of mine from Pittsburgh remembers this. The main event was a steel cage match. This yeah yeah the Nasty Boys defeated Jarrett Bryan and Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags. Nasty Boys, Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags defeated Public Enemy, Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge in a tag team street fight. Johnny B. Bad defeated Diamond Dog, Kimberly Page defeated DDP. Single match for the WCW TV title. Sting and Lex Luger defeated Harlem Heat and Booker T and Stevie Ray for the tag team match for the WCW Tag Team Championship. Conan defeated One Man Gang for the WCW United States Championship. And Taskmaster defeated Brian Pillman in an Irish Respect You strap match. And Arn Anderson versus Taskmaster ended no contest in an Irish Respect You strap match. Sting and Lex Luger versus the Road Warriors, Hawk and Amel in the no content and a double countout was tag team match for the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Ric Flair with women defeated Randy Macho Man Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth steel cage match for the WCW World Champion Heavyweight Championship. And Ric Flair and what happened was Miss Elizabeth turned on Randy Savage, and I bet you the reason why she turned on Savage because of all the abuse that she's been taking. How the way she was mistreated in her past when they were back in the WWE in 1980. So I guess she was justified. And Hulk Hogan defeated the Giant in a steel cage match with South Jim Hart and the Taskmaster. Master. And let's see, what else? In 2006 on WWE Velocity, singles match, Tatanka defeated Jake Pliskin. Bobby Lashley defeated James Dick with Chad Dick. And Kid Cash defeated Psychosis, the Mexicools. And on Impact Wrestling, On on the eve before against all odds, Chris Sabin and Sanjay Dutt defeated Austin Aries and Roderick Strong. Team 3D versus Ida Skiller, Ilga Skipper, and Davey Young with Simon Diamond, and a no contest. Samoa Joe defeated Jay Lethal chasing Ransom in a non-title match. Abyss with James Mitchell and Monty Brown and Abyss defeated Monty Brown and Abyss defeated Monty Brown and Abyss defeated Ron Killings and Rhino. Now 2016 on SmackDown, AJ Styles and Chris Jericho defeated Social Outcasts Aaron Rose and Curtis Axel with Bo Dallas and Heath Slater. Sasha Banks defeated Naomi with Tamina by submission. Neville and the Lucha Dragons defeated Cosmic Wasteland, Connor, Stardust, and Victor. And Chris Jericho defeated AJ Styles. They interrupted and the Dudley Boys explained the Dudley Boys explained why they turned their back on the Usos and stuff. The Wyatt family declared war. Their war was far from over. And that's it. That'll do for my show tonight. It's 11:52. The Godfather Soldier Slim. I like as late chat shit. Inshallah say I like to dress up, check a dance like lounge. She dance, sing like James Brown. I like to get in a hot tub and sweat. Gonna make me dry, gonna make me wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing impression of James Brown saying it live. Now I've got something to close out for a show for all of you tonight. For those of you that heard the pet those that just got the word. I just learned that James Vanderbeek, known for his work on a popular TV show, Dawson's Creek, died tonight at the age of 48 of cancer. I'm very shocked by his passing. I'm gonna play a song for you. It's a thing from TV show Dawson's Creek called I Don't Wanna Wait, from the TV show Dawson's Creek by Paula Cole in honor of tribute to his passing. So may God rest his soul. I'm really shocked with his passing. Looks like my childhood is gone. I love the show when I was little, Dawson's Creek. And I love the theme song. And I'll never forget the lyrics from the song. I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. So may God rest his soul, and I can say, Mr. James, God rest your soul, and 90s won't be the same without you, nor the WB. My childhood is gone now, man. God rest his soul. So, Mr. James, this song is for you. Good night, everybody.